goals? Why have them, and do they actually work? Well, fact is that people with goals and with smart goals are more than likely to achieve them, much more than people that don't have goals and just wander around their life, wake up and basically just react to whatever the world does to them. So when you realize that in your hands and in between your ears you have incredible power to plan for, create and attract what you want, then this will give you much more joy, much more motivation. So having goals and having smart goals, so prepare this one for you. Smart goals means that you're well prepared, you know what you want, and you are more than likely to achieve it once you focus on smart goals and you do the action steps that are required. Now, the one thing that always makes a difference whether you get what you want or not is action. Instead of waiting for things to come to you, people to come to you, it is about action, massive action, moving your butt, getting out there. Nothing will jump into your lap unless it's just pure luck and pure fortune, which, you know, sometimes might happen, but it's so much more fun if after you worked for something, you finally achieve it. And then when you do achieve it, it is also amazing to celebrate. So to acknowledge yourself, whatever you've done. So smart goals. This is something that I highly recommend. You can do it in any area of your life. It can be your health, your finances, your relationships, any certain goals that you want to achieve. SMART basically means specific, significant, and stretching. Specific means that it's, well defined. What exactly is it? Rather than vague, saying, I would like to be healthy or I would like to be super wealthy. It's about setting a concrete, specific goal. Saying, I want to earn 10,000 euros or save 10,000 euros in 6 or 12 months. I want to weigh 10 kilos more in 4 months. So that's very, very specific. When we write it specific, it should be something significant, something meaningful to you. And it should also stretch your abilities, stretch your imagination, and also stretch your bravery. I firmly believe in bravery. So if you love reading books or audiobooks, there's a really good one called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And that's really good. Also, life philosophy. We will feel fear, especially when we want to go after something that, it's exciting, it's big, but deep inside of us, we actually want to go. So feel the fear, use it as fuel, and move forward. So once you have a goal that is specific, and also write it in the present tense. So when you write goals, then write down, I have achieved this and this body weight, for example, or I've saved this and this amount of money. I have saved. So it's in the present tense, because our subconscious mind doesn't really know the difference between what is actually happening right now or what happened in the past and what we vividly, intensely imagine with all our senses. It will still give us the same response. That's why more and more you will hear that visualization is incredibly powerful, because you basically prepare all your senses, your central nervous system, every cell of your body, you prepare it to believe that it's possible. Once we believe it's possible, things will start unfolding. This happened when, the first person cracked a 100-meter race and ran it under 10 seconds. It was considered impossible. The first person ran it. A few months after, a few other sprinters also ran under 10 seconds just because they perceived it as possible. So that's a big thing. Remember, in your life, if you believe something is possible and if you believe you deserve something, it is more than likely that you can achieve it. So if you can't even imagine being happier, being healthier, it is incredibly hard and draining to actually reach your goal. And that's when sometimes you'll meet with self-sabotage and you are come to a place of, I'm working so hard, but things just don't change. So once you have a specific goal that you want to reach in any of your life, it can be also in relationships, you want to attract the right person, or if you're in relationships, you want to have a more harmonious and loving relationship. And specific would be, we, instead of arguing 5 times a week, we might argue once a month, or, you just have more relaxed and loving and peaceful relationship. You laugh more. So moving to measurable, or the M also stands for a few things. So you got measurable, meaningful and motivational. Measurable means that it has a date, it has a number, it can be measured in any way that your goal should be able to measure. With emotional things, it's always a bit harder to, I want to be 3 centimeters happier. Doesn't really work. But you can have it on a scale from 1 to 10 of your everyday happiness. 8. It should be attainable. It should be attainable. That means it should be, in your mind, possible to achieve. So if you want to lose 10 kilos in 2 days, it's ambitious, but it's not attainable. It's impossible. It will cause stress to your system just thinking about that goal, because it's not attainable, it's not achievable, it's not really action oriented. It basically freezes you because subconsciously, it's not possible. So this one, agreed upon, this is when you, for example, you set goals in a group setting and everyone is following the SMART goal template. And when you agree upon a goal, that means everyone is like, yeah, we would love to achieve that goal. And if it's an organization on your team. Realistic would mean, you can't just say, I want to levitate and I want to inherit $1 million and you don't have anyone to inherit it from. So realistic, relevant, reasonable, rewarding, and results oriented. So make it realistic. It should be ambitious, but realistic as well. So inside of yourself, it's always good to maybe share your goals with someone that you trust, who is a cheerleader of yours, meaning that they just believe in you. They won't shut you down if you tell them your awesome goals. And time-based, timely, tangible, trackable. That means that set a deadline in 6 months, in 12 months, and so write in a present tense. Have it as an I statement. So I have saved $10,000 in 12 months, or by this and this date, 4th of February 2018. And if you want to go further, then definitely read the book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, where it writes down, you set the goal in the present tense, and then it'll also mention what you will give in return, rather than, again, expecting that things will just come to you magically. What will you give in return? What products, what services you can give in return? Your time, your efforts, your expertise, and have fun with it. So think about this with anything that you want to achieve in any area of your life. Are your goals smart? So remember the one thing, people that have goals, that write them down, the magic of writing things down with your hand, are more than likely to achieve them. Follow the SMART template and think about this quote, which I found very interesting, by the American philosopher and writer Albert Hubbard, saying, many people fail in life not for lack of ability or brains or even courage, but simply because they have never organized their energies around a goal. So sometimes we fail because we don't have a target we're moving towards. We just explode all over and just see what happens. And when we go to a goal, again, it's an unrealistic believing that you're here, your goal is here, and it will happen like this. Boom, straight line. Anyone that achieved any goal will tell you this is a purely nonsense. A goal that can be achieved basically goes like this. You realize you're off the track, back on track, off the track, back on track. And then you come here. Some people have a bit like this, some people have a little bit like this. Again, it depends on our skills and how ambitious those goals are. Think about it. Set SMART goals, write them down, make it exciting, write in a present tense, and educate yourself how to achieve those goals. Life can't be much more exciting and fun, especially when you have something to strive for. One thing that I have found is, for example, men that move into retirement and don't have any hobbies or anything else to work upon have a lifespan of 2-3 years, and then they just pass to the other side, which means they don't have anything to live for. It is that powerful. when you have goals and when you have something to live for, you will have much more vitality. You will inspire other people around you, and reaching goals is the best way to inspire people around you. If you have kids, you teach them through action how to live a meaningful life, an ambitious life, and a happy life. I wish you amazing fun with it. Lots of love from me. I'm Miliana Demori, and I'm greet you from Croatia.